A vast majority of real estate agents suck at their job. Allow me to explain. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having an incredible day. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area. I'm rather young. I'm about 25 years old, going on 26. And I make content based around being a real estate agent, about the experiences I've been through, the lessons I've made, and weekly vlogs to help you guys avoid the pitfalls, avoid the mistakes, and make more money faster. That being said, if you enjoyed the content, do me the greatest favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do leave a comment, know that you will get a reply from me. That's how we work around here. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks, to the beans and potatoes of the conversation. Real estate agents. Why do like 80 to 90% of real estate agents just suck at their jobs? And in general, they just suck. It's like the worst of the worst decide to become real estate agents sometimes. And it drives me crazy. And somebody asked me this question on a live or something, and it sparked like this, like, I don't know, I got a little inspired, passionate about talking about it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put this on video because a lot of the newer real estate agents or the agents who've been in the business for a while definitely need to know this, because number one, if you're one of the agents that suck, maybe you can like identify it in yourself and then work to get better. So why do a lot of real estate agents suck? Let's first start with on the transaction side, because as a real estate agent, once you start doing some deals, you will find the most frustrating part of being a real estate agent is dealing with other real estate agents who quite honestly haven't put the same dedication in their craft, aren't as responsive, don't care as much, are not ethical. Like, there's a lot of those bad apples in this industry. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of phenomenal agents who I've loved working with. But unfortunately, that's not the norm. A lot of agents just suck. And the reason for that is the reason that they're not dedicating, all their time into, they're not as skilled. They don't know how to handle their clients. They have to lower their rate. They're not responding to your messages, They're like showing your listing an hour early, an hour late, never notifying you. Now your client's getting mad at you for not telling him why the person's supposed to be at 1 is at 12 o'clock, right? Why do the real estate agents suck? I think that's a statistic where like 80% of realtors are part-time. Right? They really don't do any transactions. They do maybe like 1 to 5 transactions a year, and that's a vast majority of real estate agents. So at any market you work in, you got to understand 80 to 90% of the realtors there are going to suck, right? So if you're a new agent, that is a huge, like, if you have that mindset that you are not, just because you're new, doesn't mean you're worse than everybody else. Chances are, if you have that fire and dedication, you are much better off than that agent that's had their license active for 4 years, but has done maybe like 15 transactions in those 4 years, right? So because a lot of agents are part-time, they're maybe they're at work when you're trying to reach them at 11 o'clock, right? Maybe they just don't want to deal with this because they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're nervous, whatever the case is. That's one reason why on the transaction side, these real estate agents suck. Now let me tell you another reason why I think a lot of real estate agents suck and lead to them going out of the business. It's like a constant recycling of like new agents who are not as dedicated to the craft, who come in and they go after a couple of years. That's why you have that huge failure rate. I think you see all types of numbers. It's like 88%, 90%, 75%, no, definitely never as low as 70. It's definitely around 80 to 90% of realtors are gonna fail within 2 to 3 years, right? Why is that? I think number one, a lot of it is, well, first, there's some people who are just lazy, who think this is going to be an easy career, right? That's number one. Number two, people just have, I think, false expectations. I've made this in the past before, like this video like this in the past, and I think it's the number one thing wrong with the industry is because the barrier to entry is so low, but the barrier to remain in business is so high. I don't know if the barrier is the right word, but I hope it's making sense. Like, to get a real estate license, I don't want to insult anyone here, but like, if you can't get a real estate license after 3 tries, you're not that smart. It's not that difficult to get the real estate license, right? But once you get your license, it is infinitely harder to remain licensed and to actually make a living in this industry. Reason being is there's no training. right? You're 100% solo, and oftentimes you didn't expect to be starting a business, right? You thought that everyone's gonna all of a sudden call you to sell their house, right? You thought you're just gonna pick a brokerage that offers you a good split, they pay for your photos, and you can do open houses and post on your social media, and poof, you're gonna get business right away. What nobody tells you is that for the first 6 months to a year, your friends and family don't even want to work with you because they're like, oh, it's a new agent. What does he know? Right? There's those people that are going to be in your friends and family, your sphere, right? So you have to go out and get strangers. A lot of people weren't prepared for that, right? So all of a sudden, they didn't save up enough money for 6-9 months to to survive long enough to thrive. So now they have to get a second job, and now they're not training as much, right? They're not educating themselves in the craft, and they're giving bad advice to their clients. They're taking overpriced listings, right? They can't simply guide their clients during the negotiation. They're getting too emotional. They're too invested in every deal because it's the only check they're gonna get. And that's a huge issue with this industry, right? I mean, new agents, you guys are all new agents that watch this video and that follow me. When you get your license, you shouldn't be in the dark, right? You shouldn't have a good idea of what am I signing up for. And unfortunately, the real estate course doesn't teach you any of that. The real estate course does not teach you how to get business. It doesn't teach you how to prospect, how to set up your systems, how to do your accounting. It doesn't teach you any of that. It literally just teaches you real estate law, which is so useless because you barely get to use it. Okay, especially in the state that has attorneys. You don't even have to be involved in half the real estate law aspects of it, right? And if it doesn't involve attorneys, then you got the title company handling a lot of the paperwork, right? So I think the biggest issue with the industry is the barrier to entry is too low, and a lot of people have these false expectations. And what happens is you get into the industry, like I've been here like 5 years, and you can consider me an experienced agent that is now considered a top producer. And I'm dealing with agents that's just so frustrating, right? Because whenever I deal with an agent that knows how to handle their client, it's a smooth transaction. Everybody wins. Nobody has any problems, right? But every now and then I'll get a client, a deal for example, I just had a deal go under contract. They do an inspection, and mind you, the person selling this building, bought it a year ago and did their own inspection, right? So I'm very well aware of everything wrong with this building. And they sent me a 5-page list of repairs, right? Listen, if a client ever comes up to me and says, Aram, I want to send them a 5-page list of repairs, I said, let's just back out the deal. Like, what are we doing here? Is this a joke? 5 pages worth? And some of the things made no sense. And the reality is agents don't really if you only have 2 deals a year, you're not going to have the courage to stand up to your clients. And I get it. When I was doing the business, I didn't want to risk losing a deal over an inspection issue, right? So I get it, but it's really frustrating. And I think it's really good for new agents to know that the vast majority of agents suck because it's so easy for you to differentiate yourself from the pack, right? Simply by being available, simply by following up, simply by answering and responding to your messages, you are already better than 80% of the agents that any of your clients are ever going to experience, okay? Showing up on time, you're probably better than 85% of the realtors now, right? These are things you don't need any skill to do, right? So as long as you have the fire to drive the ambition, and you're thinking about being a real estate agent and you don't have false expectations, you know what you're signing up for, you're going to be a phenomenal agent, and I can't wait to have you in my marketplace so we can do a deal together. But if you think this is going to be easy and you're just signing up so you can make a quick check, please don't do it. Don't do it because it's getting annoying. So that is why a vast majority of real estate agents suck. They're part-time, they never expected to be doing this much work, and unfortunately, they don't want to do this much work. So it is what it is. That is the world we live in. But you know what? It gives us a better opportunity to stand out and make more money. That's why I believe they say 10% of realtors do 80% of the business. So just keep those statistics in mind. I hope this video inspired you to be the best real estate agent you can be. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you would like to book a one-on-one coaching call with me for 1 hour, link will be in the description. Other than that, have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.